I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo, though I cannot well explain the how of it. It would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Ul'dah spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Garlean motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldesion.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
There's just this giant turtle in the middle. The shortest people can't see each other across the table.
Yep.
He doesn't even know everybody left.
Nope.
Wow, he really doesn't know everybody left. He's just still here.
But these orders,
He looks like he's
I am
asleep.
uncertain as to what end they serve.
Who falls asleep at work?
It's pretty easy.
Revolution.
Especially when you're playing a game like this.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me! Oh fuck, I forgot what stat priorities are. Wait, these have the same stats. Two of these earrings are the same item, but named different things. That's pretty funny. Guess what? The next one's not voiced.
Not.
And it's still
Is that
Minfilia.
Well, I'm not reading in her voice anymore or the voice that I use for her because it hurts me. So,
Go for it.
our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word if there are any developments. Until such times as he does, you must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. Speaking of which, when he busted through the doors, the next time it flashed back towards him, the doors were closed once again. Magically. Just mysteriously.
They've just got weighted
somehow.
hinges like at a bar.
Yeah, clearly. It concerns etheric fluctuations, which we had previously attributed to good King Mughal the 13th. May he reign forever. Or the 12th, excuse me. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the 12's wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Flamen, I believe that was you, Andrew.
Sorry. Basilia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem.
Who is
Another one?
Flumin?
Nope, that's the lady.
Oh,
What
the
manner of
grandma.
Yeah, the adopted mother. What manner of problem?
That was her. A band of refugees hailing from Ul'dah this time are come to Reverence Toll seeking asylum.
The way I'm looking
would
down at
seem-
her, I look furious.
Yeah,
Like a
I know.
chocobo head. I look terrifying. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the Seventh Haven, awaiting a formal response.
I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once.
Ursula, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread, and more will follow.
Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit, rather. Hero, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Why do we gotta get dragged along to political bullshit?
It was okay. We can just sleep through it, like that one guy. You just have to wake up and say something that sounds profound, like revolution, then fade to black, and then everyone will be like, "Wow, he was paying attention."
Yep. Hell, at this point, I might actually fall asleep during this discourse. I
Seventh
need to
Heaven.
get more sleep.
Is it called the 12's Wood because of Mughal the 12th?
May you
Or is that a
remember.
coincidence?
There's 12 gods.
There's 12 gods. Oh yeah, by the
gods.
12.
Yeah.
It's the God's Wood.
Oh, they're literally right here. Okay.
Because a lot of fictions have a God's Wood. A lot of fictions.
Basically, every fantasy ever has had some iteration of X deity's wood. Feel free to take that out of context. It's funnier that way.
Deity's Wood.
Oh no.
Minfilia.
That also has a lot more connotations when you consider the protagonist is Kirby, who, sucks
The
things.
king of suck.
Exactly.
The wood sucker.
Oh
There's also a wood that blows you in that game.
no. Stop it.
It's even in
One
the
that-
smash stage where you smash and blow and suck.
That's
KO.
Dun, 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 dun.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Anybody?
Well, be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done.
Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation.
The song, they use it whenever it's always when someone looks down. It's so consistent. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms. Any road. The trying to say that like smoothly on the first line read is so hard with how that was all phrased. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run, and the only question was where. And when it came to me, revenants told. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? You'd surely do the same for us.
Oh. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, the decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret, that I must deny your request.
But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? Tataru.
That was Andrew, I think.
If I might have a word. Oh, it's this.
Oh, it's her.
Why do you
it's
keep
her.
saying it's me? It's like half the time it's not.
Wasn't that you?
I
No,
can't
this
remember
is
characters
Casey's
by name all the time
Yeah.
necessarily. I need them on camera sometimes.
Yeah, whatever. Tataru, is that a miss?
Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphinaud's been wounded, so give him a fucking potion. Fix him up.
What? How? Is it serious?
No, I just thought I'd bother you about nothing. I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the Refugee started a riot. They went wild apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? Well, they must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells, now the Blades will have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Maybe one of the Blades pretended to be a refugee. Antecedent, please. If you don't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady.
We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer.
Isn't that what you were just doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions.
But how could you be so blind?
Find Alphino and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalimo will see to it.
Alphinaud's being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, hero. Cut down every refugee in your way.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I won't be cutting them down, though. It'll be kind of, exploding them. Also, to return.
Oh, Ul'dah.
Ul'dah.
Wait. Oh, there it is. Fuck. I missed.
And they said they were at the Hourglass, so Adventurers Guild it goes.
Where do we gotta go?
Hourglass. I thought the Adventurers Guild was the Sands or something.
Yeah, it is the. That's why do
things
they
are-
call it the fucking hourglass? What? It's the Waking Sands, right? Yeah, it's the
No,
Waking Sands.
the Quicksand and the
Whatever.
Hourglass.
That's,
It's called both. Maybe the Hourglass is like the bar.
I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe
I'm
the
talking to Elf
door
now.
to the Hourglass is in the Waking Sands
Oh, it's voiced.
or the Quicksand. Shit, I keep where the Waking Sands is somewhere else, but I don't remember what it is.
Waking Sands is the place we have to use the tickets to get to.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's in Vesper Bay.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dah way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dahs to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other grand companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Isn't this kind of like the Bean People city?
Yeah, this is their home. This is
Why
home
isn't
town for them.
anything them sized?
Because they have to accommodate for people who are normal size.
Yeah.
But like nothing is them sized. There's not even like sections or like the occasional like them sized chair. Like nothing is them. They made an entire city that is actively inconvenient to them all the time. This seems like a weird
surprise you?
choice.
I don't think it's inconvenient to them. I think it's just the choice. Well, they're doing most of their choices for the point of
Like the whole
monetary
city's
gain.
full of handrails they can't even see over, let alone use as handrails. And like the stairs aren't sized for them to walk on, and like every stool, every chair, like they can't use the backrests. Like, why don't they have chairs that they can use? Why would they not even ever make one? That's weird. think these items are all useless to me. There we go.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of the fact that they adamantly refuse to be treated differently. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of like Zootopia, where like they had all these
Yeah.
different like tricks and things to like help accommodate all the different parts of society, and Beastars does the same thing. But this one, they've got like Rogadins and the Bean people in the same Lalafell in the same world, and
I mean, they have it.
nothing accommodates that fact ever. Even though they were in a town that seems to be the Lalafell town. I finally
I
remember
mean,
what they're called.
you say that everywhere has accommodations, but then you go back to the DMV scene, and then everybody groans.
The DMV? What?
Never mind.
In Zootopia.
Yeah, slots.
Oh,
running
the slots being
DMV.
annoying. Yeah, but like they have all those little tricks though. Like there's like different transports for different creatures, and like they even had like, here's our little like vacuum tube that we use to like take the shakes up to giraffe height and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the fucking Lalafell can't invent smaller chairs. The fuck's wrong with
Because
them?
they can doesn't mean they will.
Yeah. There's a difference between can and will, for sure.
They're just incredibly stubborn.
Yeah, have you met some of this Lalafell that we've come across?
Is this entire city a symbol of their insecurity, where they just refuse to acknowledge that they're smaller in any way? I'm surprised they don't wear like
Yes.
Rogadin-sized clothes, just dragging behind them.
they're just like in some kind of like Pinky and the Brain style suit that's huge, but their little heads stick out of the top, and they're like, "Hello, we are the Lalafell," and it's like,
just-
what the fuck is
I just imagine like that guy, like Meme Naru back there. His name's Meme. He has to climb up onto a stool that's taller than him to then not be able to see over a counter anyway. Like, what is this accomplishing? Why don't
How are you
why
supposed to reach your drinks and food at that height?
This
Like, I
area
don't
has
get
like
it.
4 bars basically, and not one of them is like their sized, and it's their
Like, at
city.
least sit
I
on-
think that's unless I'm wrong about something.
Move the stool aside and sit on that fucking barrel that's proper height.
Well,
at least.
I mean,
also-
like, remember,
and if
the
they're
queen
doing it-
has like her own
yeah.
little seat, like her own little like child-sized seat that
Yeah,
she sits on.
and
that
also
raises
a
above
man
the
to
table.
carry her around all the time. It's
yeah.
adorable. It'd be really funny to see like a kiddie table,
Well, I mean,
like just a
it-
little like 1 foot tall kids table that all the Lalafell is sitting at in the corner.
I would love if all of the Rogadin had to carry the Lalafell. Like every Lalafell has a Rogadin that carries them.
It's
That would
just
be
their mount
hilarious.
is another player.
Yeah, like it's just another character.
Oh man, imagine if they had racial specific mounts like they do in WoW, and that's it. It's just a Rogadin carrying you around.
Jesus Christ! I
Straight
mean, there are a lot of distressing like guy carrying you in his arms mounts in this game. I'm like, oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
this really just whisked me off my feet. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Robot has to say on the matter. Oh, are whispers orange in this game?
Those are general say, I think.
Yeah,
You
I think those
guys-
are shouting.
You guys got
Because,
Seraphina, Mana
tails are
Heart.
Yeah.
purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the Hunters of the Moon. Yeah, that's so much shouting. out.
So they are purple. Okay.
Yeah, purple as the private messages.
Where are we going now?
The Hall of
over to
Flames. I think that's
Hall
the
of Flames.
that one special currency building. Yeah.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
where I always make the joke. I serve the flaming fist.
I don't think I've bought anything yet here.
I don't even know if I have any currency for it right now. Do I have enough to maybe level up? Probably not. Do I have enough
Apply
company
for
seals to level?
promotion.
Oh, there's Robon. He's behind me.
I got enough. Leveled up.
Where'd he go?
Apply for promotion.
Apply for promotion.
I am now a flame corporal. Hooray!
Does it do something?
You can just
lets
buy
you access more stuff.
Oh, it's like hitting revered and
More
stuff.
cosmetic stuff. Yes.
Apply for a promotion.
Yeah, then you
Haha.
can talk to the person next to them, the quartermaster.
Now I'm
and they'll
flame
give you
private
stuff.
first class.
Mostly the cool stuff to get is the material.
Yep.
Oh, I won't be able to buy anything because I just spent all of them on promotions.
Like the company issued engineering manual, which can inspire you with 150 boost to experience points earned.
But nobody sells freaking katanas because they didn't exist yet. Supposedly, like that's chat saying that that's the reason why I couldn't use the box or whatever.
Oh.
The loot generator is that it couldn't generate a katana because none exist at this item level.
That's interesting.
That's weird.
Because we're still the level of the first level where you can be a samurai. So like they didn't make level 50 loot because that's the starting item level for a samurai.
That's very interesting.
Huh.
You have to like get a higher level than your starting level thing to get loot because there's no loot to give you from the tables. Like, huh, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, well.
Now's not a good time, Private. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Am I still a private?
Yep, private 3rd class, I believe you are now.
Yeah, you always be a
First
private.
class, excuse me.
I mean, you say that, but I'm corporal right now, so, you know.
Well, precisely
He's
the matter
referring
we
to
wish
me.
to discuss, General. Alphana, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your, wow, chirurgeons. Fuck.
You're medical staff.
These are prank words. These are prank words.
These are
My memories of the
specifically
riot are still
YouTubers,
somewhat
yeah.
muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remained throughout Thanaland. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They're damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given the majority of the refugees live outside the walls. It stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. Would they? They're refugees. Doesn't mean they're new here?
I mean, it depends on how long they've been a refugee here, I guess.
That's a long refugee stay. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Ul'dah citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Dormans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. Well, they're probably being armed.
Yeah.
And or they're plants in the first place, since they were always armed. What of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. They're cops. They're all cops, planted. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discomfort was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. What, you just cut it off? Is it you, Rauban? Did you do it? I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. Anonymously? Then how will you know who they are? Yeah. The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause, unless he's the one that's doing it. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarist would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the day ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in our abilities, Zero. In your abilities. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlement suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at the request for such information, but I have no doubt you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Who was Swift? I'll never remember.
I don't even know.
Kind of thought we'd never speak to him again, but then we did.
You look
as though you have
something.
Oh.
Oh,
Did you not
Rock,
hear
paper,
him?
scissors?
Did you not hear him say, "I'll do it"?
Are you talking to me or Andrew?
Well, you didn't say "I'll do it,"
I mean,
so
no, I didn't hear him say it then.
fight,
Go
fight, fight, kill,
More than
kill,
welcome.
eviscerate.
All right. You look as though you have something to say, Corporal. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there's wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Last Hope. Maybe unrelated, but to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there.
Okay.
Lost
Maybe
hope.
I don't wanna.
Click, click, click. Chat has repeatedly
Waiting
pointed
to
out to
ride
me
that
that if I
teleport.
click directly on the objective, it takes me to the map instead of having to click on the quest, then click on map, and so on.
Yep.
They also keep reminding me to disable to enable crossbars, but I don't feel like it. So yeah. I may be out of slots, but I also still don't need another slot, so it doesn't matter yet.
Speaking to Leofric first.
Hungry hobbledehoy?
Oh, where'd you get
The fuck was that person's name?
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Tinkle tinkle hoy. Amalberga.
We're talking to Leofric first, I think.
Well. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't expect him
him. Oh, go for it.
Your turn. Your turn for this nonsense.
I didn't expect them to send you, hero. I take it this means someone has read my report. Refugees who left the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zawazaka. He will explain everything.
What brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you come to the right place. You mean those refugees. Now, you won't find them here. Most of the people at Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregorious fellow, but awfully opinionated. What? Can't say I was sad to see him go. Why don't they just build
now
houses?
We gotta go talk to the Lullafell.
I guess they're just content for these to be their houses forever.
I don't know if
fly over
content's the
this.
right word. I think
Well,
there's just
she did.
little
Well,
they
she
can
said
do.
the word content. Like, I'm just like, if they're just committed to the idea that this is their permanent residence, they might as well just settle.
Where?
Oh, it's way nicer in here. Their tents are nicer and there's shade. Zawa.
Ozawa. Ah, don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon. You're one of the flames, but you're not with the flames? I see. If Leo Fribic bid you to speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. Don't be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I have no doubt that Merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg you, find them before he does.
Doom, doom, doom.
Oh,
What's up, dude? What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. I hate art. Why didn't you run away from me? We could have escaped together. Then he'd be here. He'd be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay? Leave me alone. Soothe. Oopsie. Just patting on him with like the air. Who are you? What do you want? It's true, I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons, and he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He just split us into 2 groups and sent us off on our own. But the flames found us. We didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting. And then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and that's fucked up. Oh gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was.
Thanks for the rings.
yeah.
Yeah,
That I have zero need for or use for because my shit's better.
kind of just randomly giving us rings, yeah. Oh, time to repeat the dialogue almost. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. Uh-oh. But me, I am.
Yeah.
They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, but the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins in combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this blood.
Okay, go beat the shit out of 2 people. Got it.
Let's go do violence, the only verb we have. Woo. Oh yeah, I can fly. I got too used to not having flying for a while. Your mount can fly no higher. Take that as a challenge.
This is in the cave.
In the cave.
So we just start back there. Shit.
It's in the cave? It's in the lower cave.
Yep, it's in the lower cave.
There's 1 refugee here.
7 hells, they found us! Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, so that's your game, is it? Ah ha ha! Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill ye ourselves.
Oh no, they're armed.
Oh, you poor fools.
Anyway, oh god, we've gotten too
When I
strong.
flare you out of existence.
We've gotten way too strong. Oh my god. What hit him?
Me?
These guys are barely tickling the mage.
There we go. I was having trouble getting attacks to go off for some reason. Yeah, they're wow. Our item level is a problem apparently. Because like we're only 1 level ahead of them. Oh, you guys are way higher level.
Yeah, I'm level 53.
When did that happen?
Me too.
A while ago?
Yeah.
Weird. I thought we were like tied practically, and then the experience like completely stalled during this whole end game part.
Well, you also swap classes too, don't forget. You drop down a level or 2. And you did.
You beat him like it
Weird.
was nothing. God almighty, what are we gonna do now? Go home.
Cower, run, hide. Again.
All right, I'm out. Bye.
Bye.
Boo doop boop boo. Doo doo.
All right, that is the right way.
Boop boo doo. So you ultimately decided not to switch the red mage?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with black mage. I tried red mage out for a little bit, but
Is that the one? Is that the one that is
relearn.
2 meters?
Yeah, well, it's multiple meters. Yes. You have your mana to focus on, and then you have your white and black mana as well.
You've returned? Did you find my brethren? One of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames.
A beating, being blasted into pieces.
Yeah,
shocked.
I gave them a real spanking with my katana.
Yeah.
Tell me,
And they're-
what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others?
Well, I
Yes.
hope you don't mind going to pick up the pieces of your friends.
Mm-hmm. They're on the walls and the ceilings. Wait, one ceiling. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering can we endure before this ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead to his ruin.
And then he runs off.
He emerged into the rock wall and was never seen again. Is Stone's Throw on this map? Oh
It
god,
is.
fly. There we go.
Quite a distance.
There it is.
But it is. Just outside the border of the city.
Oh wow. It's weird seeing Ul'dah from this distance because you were airborne.
Yeah.
We've never really gotten this point of view of it.
Oh. I was gonna say,
wonder-
is this place abandoned?
Oop. I wonder if this area ever originally had flying or if it was added in a later expansion. And then like
Probably
kind of
added later.
retconned back into the previous zone, like Cataclysm style.
Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left me with the man from Udall. The man said they were gonna change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when they said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked angry and I got scared. Say, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we are.
You mean the man who left with my parents? I don't know where he...
Convenient.
Wait, look, there, over there. I think that's him. Anybody want to beat this guy?
Well, now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim?
Well,
Uh-oh. We're recognizable.
I'm extremely recognizable.
You! I'm out.
He's getting away. Go get him. Sir, I can fly.
After him.
Ta-da!
Somehow he made it all the way over there.
Ul'dah dispatch. He would have not made it this far.
Nope.
What a way to go on a mustache twirling speech right in front of us.
Yeah.
Which one of these fools will fall for my bullshit next?
You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution. That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None.
Okay, dude, you can drop
Witness.
the front. We heard you. This is just embarrassing.
No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. That's what you think.
Jesus.
I can just pick you up.
Yeah. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do these things you claim. Surely you don't think I'd give a what the fuck is that name?
Kikirin. We've met them before.
Yeah. Kikirin's asked
the
about politics.
Kikirin are like the rat people, right?
Yeah, they're like little rat.
Yeah.
It was business. Only business.
Only money.
As he looks around for an escape route.
Just deck him.
Nah.
God, I really fill the frame.
Nah. Oh. We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Suddenly, arrow.
Oh my god.
Dead.
Exactly
Cleric.
what happened.
Where's
Shouldn't-
the cleric?
Shouldn't have struggled so much. We could have gotten out of here.
What's all this commotion? Heaven hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close.
It'd be really funny if they suspected us for really
Yeah.
stupid. Like it
I
would
was
be.
honestly half expecting them to suspect us.
Yeah, because that's like the trope. But like, why would we kill him with a bow? Like, ah, yes, I fired a bow from my katana at point blank range. That's the best way to kill somebody with a katana is from with your katana arrows.
There's the suspicion.
Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious that you are not the one whom we seek.
Oh, hey, finally. For once, somebody believes us the moment we tell them.
Yeah.
You may carry on with your investigation, Scion.
That's
I mean, it would be an
probably why, 'cause
incredibly stupid way to kill him.
Honestly, but it would also
With
be
the-
the perfect crime
with the-
because nobody would suspect a Scion.
I guess. Yeah, that's sure a
I
long
think
con
they
of
would.
doing a lot of good to get away with one act of murder. All
You
I had to do
make
was
it
save
sound
the
like that
entire.
hasn't happened before.
All I had to do was save the entire world. This is an obtainable goal.
Oh, report to the Hall of Flame. Okay. Back to the Hall.
He's like,
of
mayhap we owe
Flame."
the killer a debt of gratitude. It's like, yeah, but obviously the killer is like just the guy who's even more responsible and wants to shut up the other guy before we get him.
Yeah, but nobody
You
thinks
silly bean.
I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
We need to swiftly approach Swift.
Wait for me.
Oh, you're way back there.
Yeah, I took a wrong turn at.
Oh, interesting. You can see the moment where your movement becomes higher resolution on the map. You were frozen and then skipping forward, like moment by moment, like once a second. But then once you get close enough, you move continuously because you're loaded into my graphics.
Who was Swift again?
Fight.
I think it was Andrew. Right? I don't know. I'll fuck it. I'll take it. What news, Corporal? Where's the merchant? Oh, right. I think I gave him like a slightly cut. Murdered? Damn it all to the seventh hell. He was not simply murdered, Corporal. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. He was not simply I clicked. Do not despair, though. We may be close to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Oh, really? Are you now? This is something I would love to hear.
The game calls them chokers. Okay.
Please.
That's a lot of quests they have. Revolution.
The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chambers as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of our own investigation.
Oh, right. The
Master
cutscene already spoiled who's behind this.
Yeah. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew.
We've done it. Hurrahs.
Ethernet.
Sundry's splendors.
I just noticed my minion is riding my shoulder without me telling them right now.
Well, she got tired after a while.
Apparently.
Congratulations, you have one of those berserk elves bothering you now.
Oh,
And they'll never leave you alone.
No. Waiting on you guys, doodly-doo.
Hello, Bartholomew.
Time to get my Bartholomew voice out. We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside.
Nailed it.
Oh yeah, totally a Bartholomew voice.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the Calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats, given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation. Destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Ul'dah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'dah.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Well.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks, but this guy that's the villain right now wasn't he the guy that was framed as being the good guy? That was like pro refugee.
Yes.
Nothing kills nuance like having him do an evil little smile. Like, I'm behind everything and I'm in it for power. I wonder how many times they're gonna be like, it's like the ultimate weapon, but like not. That'll be funny. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet we thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the Scion best suited to this task, hero, private person. Corporal, private, hero, ma'am, sir. Do take a moment to visit the Hall of Flames and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Sultan Sworn Squire. That's a... Oh, because he's yelling at a child. I was like, what's below a squire? To be saying, begone, whelp. Begone, whelp! This is no place for children.
I'm sorry. I was looking for you. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents.
You know this girl? So he visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. That might be the longest we've ever seen him talk.
Did you find the man? Were my parents with him?
They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together.
Really? You'll help me look, mister?
Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see. No one should be allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment.
Ah. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting.
Immediately kidnapped. I'll now just turn my back so I can't see what happens to her, and... Oh, she's gone. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an aether-starved Primal. Even dealing with an Askian would be preferable to this charade. I hate children, even though I look like one. Sometimes I fear Benfili is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Yeah, limited resources of our one protagonist character that does everything themselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change.
Effie.
He's dead. Hero, this is Menphilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelves Wood has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. I wonder where that voice hurts him.
Don't know.
The Twelves Wood. Then the primal threat she spoke of before she has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixtali activity, which leaves the Sylphs? Go, hero. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence above all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. You see, despite the fact that I look like a child, I am a 1,000-year-old dragon.
Wow.
He totally would fit in the Fire Emblem roster, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Specifically the later games that I haven't played. Oh yeah, he's back in the previous cutscene, so he's AFK.
Oh.
Goodbye, Effie. That's a good chance to see if if I have upgrades.
No.
See if I have any coffers to open. Level 70 weapon coffer. Bing. Nope, can't do. Oh, okay. Level 90 weapon coffer. That one also doesn't work. What level are we?
Item eye level.
Yeah, that's
Those
the
are
thing.
eye
Is
levels.
Yeah.
Go to character and check your eye level. So we should have eye level 115.
Okay, that's the thing. Is I was wondering, like, what item level are we? Because without checking, there's no intuitive like guess to make because it has like nothing. There's no correlation to your normal level. I found this number before. Where 113. There it is. Recommended gear. Ah, 2 upgrades. Oh, those pants those are some fancy shoes I got there. Time to immediately hide them again. Goodbye.
What?
This fucking voice actor is incredible.
Yeah, I know. I totally didn't fall asleep there for a bit. Nope, not at all.
Did you actually fall asleep? I was joking.
I legit did, yeah, for a little bit.
Jesus, yeah. Let's end it.
Yeah,
man.
Andrew's falling asleep, and you did fall asleep, so I guess we're done for today.
Oh wow, I must have been out for a while.
It's only a few minutes.
Are you sure?
It's only a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Well, sorry about that, guy.
We would have been very gone by the time you got back if it had been longer.
Well, at least I don't have to suffer that much embarrassment.
Yeah.
You still have to suffer.
This is totally gonna fall into a blooper.
Not as much embarrassment as the game did for not having haircuts. End recording.